Hyundai Envision 74 is a celebration of the 1974 Hyundai Pony Coupe concept vehicle, which was designed by the well-known Giorgetto Giugiaro. At first glance, the Hyundai Envision 74 looks like nothing more than pure motor show frivolity. But the implications go well beyond that. The drivable and fully operational Envision 74 symbolizes the company's position on the future of high-performance automobiles in an era after the internal combustion engine. This perspective focuses on the future of the high-performance automobile. But what exactly does it offer? What kind of features does it come with? The company's idea on the future of the high-performance automobile in a post-internal combustion engine era are represented by the fully drivable and operational Envision 74 concept car. Sang-Yup Lee, who is currently the head of the design department at Hyundai, wants to develop a car reflecting Hyundai's heritage. Remember, at one point in time, Lee worked in Australia on the design of the 2010 Chevrolet Camaro, so obviously this won't be a challenge to him. The Envision 74 concept joined N's Rolling Lab program, which is where completely working prototypes are created and manufactured to test and evaluate performance-enhancing concepts and technologies. N is now led by Till Wartenberg, a former executive at Mercedes-Benz. Rolling Labs is responsible for producing the eLSD and the 8-speed dual-clutch transmission found in N-branded Hyundai vehicles such as the Kona N and the i30N. Both the Ioniq 6 EV racing vehicle, which Hyundai plans to enter in the 2023 e-Touring Car World Cup in Europe, and the road-going Ioniq 5N, which will be Hyundai's first performance electric vehicle and is scheduled for release the following year, will benefit. Hyundai refers to the Envision 74's powertrain as a hydrogen-electric hybrid powertrain because it blends battery electric vehicle technology with hydrogen fuel cell technology. However, a large portion of the Envision 74 powertrain's components are from components used in current Hyundai production vehicles. For instance, the Hyundai Nexo SUV, which debuted in Korea in 2018 and has been available in the United States since 2018. The battery electric portion of the powertrain is provided by Hyundai's Ioniq 5, including the 800-volt architecture that enables quick charging of the Envision 74's T-shaped 62.4 kilowatt-hour battery pack. Hyundai's rear-mounted e-motors, one of which drives each rear tire, are very similar to those that will power the high-performance Ioniq 5N when it sells in 2023. The fuel cell stack generates all of the electricity necessary to power the two electric motors whenever the vehicle moves along a highway or within a metropolitan area. The battery pack is primarily responsible for providing power to the wheels on the track whenever there is significant demand and a heavy load. Engineers from Hyundai believe that achieving a harmonious equilibrium between the output requirements of the fuel cell stack and the battery pack, in addition to the charge flows, was the most important step in making the powertrain work. The fuel cell stack, for example, could be used to restore the battery charge level, while not being used to assist in providing optimal performance. Another challenge involved keeping everything cool. 3 separate cooling systems regulate the temperatures of the battery, fuel cell, and electric motor. A generation of youthful enthusiasts who have grown up with stubby-nosed hot hatches and mid-engine supercars were stunned by the car's classic Tokyo Drift meets 80s boxcar flares vibe. The Envision 74 became an internet phenomenon when photographs of it were originally leaked earlier this year. A full roll cage, wing-backed racing seats, and faux suede on the dash, console and steering wheel are all included inside. The digital instrument panel and cooling vents are housed in a large silver binnacle attached to the center console by a buttress that holds all of the HVAC controls. It appears to be much better in actuality. It is retro-inspired, yet executed in a truly contemporary way, with excellent proportions, posture, and craftsmanship. The Envision 74 was a revelation to a new generation of young fans when it was first shown on the internet. The indicator and wiper stalks, as well as the rotary gear selector and the cluster with the parking button, driving control knob and stability control on-off switch, are all direct imports from the Hyundai Motor Group components bin. The Envision 74 is an electric-powered car, and that's how it drives, with the recognizable instant-on torque and a linear burst of push, whether it's the fuel cell or the battery. Graphics on the instrument panel display the combined power of the e-motors as well as the individual torque supplied by each motor. Other graphics display the hydrogen in the two pressurized tanks beneath the rear hatch. Drive settings include normal and track. The simulated e-diff feature is activated in track mode by altering the torque each motor delivers to its driving wheel. In track mode, the Envision 74 punches hard out of the bends and feels very much like a car driven from the rear. In the beginning, when accelerating out of corners, there appeared to be an odd delay, followed by a quick burst of power. However, this resulted from left-foot braking because the power cutoff switch prohibited acceleration while simultaneously releasing the brake pedal. The engineers at N remarked afterward that it's just a simple software patch. The sporadic, strange corkscrewing motion from behind at speed on the straights was harder to explain. It appeared as though the rear motor's torque outputs weren't entirely synchronous, and that neither e-motor could determine precisely which wheel needed the greatest twisting action at what time. This made the motion appear as though it was corkscrewing. It's possible that the brand new, slightly oily and slightly green Pirelli P0 tyres contributed to the intensity of the experience. However, the developers took note of it, and once more the software is likely to contain the patch. Hyundai claims that the Envision 74 can accelerate from 0 to 100 km an hour in less than 4.0 seconds and reach a peak speed of more than 250 km an hour. When asked whether Hyundai would build an Envision 74 for a 30-something tech tycoon with unlimited funds, Till Wartenberg, the head of Hyundai's N business, gave a direct answer: yes. According to the dedicated and enthused team at Hyundai's N division, a production version of the Envision 74 is definitely possible. After that, Wartenberg said that he wouldn't do it for that one individual because they have to be faithful to their N brand, and to do that they need to build a sports car that is affordable and practical. Wartenberg said that they want to make high performance more accessible to our enthusiasts by putting it on the road. It is up to the engineers to decide whether or not Hyundai will build a production version of the Envision 74, and they say it has the same wheelbase as the stunning Genesis X Speedium Coupe concept. However, there is some concern over how much money a production version would cost. It wouldn't be cheap, even with Hyundai's impressive ability to keep costs in check, and the fact that key components and structural elements aren't yet available. Nevertheless, the team have set their sights on beginning this car's production as soon as possible, and they are doing all in their power to make that goal a reality. Anyway, what do you think of the Hyundai Envision 74 car? Are you as eager as we are for this model? That's all from this video. See you in the next one.